Good morning, CSA family. If you're coming off a high of listening to that beautiful choir, then I'm going to say this to you. We're going to go into this meditation, knowing without a doubt we got everything we need to bring comfort to this world. My name is Dr. Mary Bell, and I'm proud to serve as one of your licensed practitioners. So I'm going to ask you, if you will, to allow yourself to relax. Just allow the back of the chair to support your back. Place your feet in a manner where your legs and your knees are comfortable. And if it's comfortable for you, allow yourself to gently close your eyes. And just shutting out everything else except the fact that you've set aside this 15 minutes to go within. To go within. Become very, very aware of your own breathing. And know without a doubt that the breath you breathe is the breath of life. The breath you breathe is God itself flowing through this human body, through every vessel in this body, through every cell in this body. God is within each and every one of us. There is no separation between the God of love and this human representation of God. There's only one. We are one with God. And we know. We don't have to guess on it. We don't have to think about it. We know that God is all there is. My oneness is oneness with all there is. Allow yourself to feel what it feels like to be one with all there is. Realize we are the compassionate connection to the world. We are the heartbeat of the world. And because we are the heartbeat of the world, we can wrap our arms around the world and bring it comfort. Feel what it feels like to just wrap your arms around the whole world and bring it comfort. Say to the world, I am sorry. With arms fully wrapped around the entire world, say to the world, please forgive me. Say to the world, thank you. Wrap those arms around the world just a little bit tighter. Just squeeze. Bring the world in closer to that heartbeat. Say to the world, I love you. I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And as we begin to allow ourselves to ground this healing power within each and every one of us, we know without a doubt there is one connection, there is one heartbeat, there is one mind, there is one love, and we are all it. So gently, gently begin to come back into this place that love is building. And know without a doubt, I am the light of the world. And as you open your eyes and become very, very aware of your presence in this conscious space, wiggle your toes, smile at your neighbor, bring yourself fully here, and know the truth of who you really are. And together we all say, and so it is. Blessed be. Amen.
You can speak for me anytime. There's a lifting of the heart. good morning to Kathy G, Tara, Lynn, and Val. And if you're ever confused, you are a child of God, okay? So if anybody asks you, that's what you tell them, right? If anybody asks you who I am, who I am, who I am. If anybody asks you who I am, you tell them I'm a child of God. If anybody asks you who I am, who I am, who I am. If anybody asks you who I am, you tell them I'm a child of God. Why you call them? If anybody asks you who I am, who I am, who I am. If anybody asks you who I am, you tell them I'm a child of God. If anybody asks you who I am, who I am, who I am. If anybody asks you who I am, you tell them I'm the joy of God. If anybody asks you who I am, who I am, who I am. If anybody asks you who I am, you tell them I'm the pride of God. If anybody asks you who I am, who I am, who I am. If anybody asks you who I am, you tell them I'm the peace of God. If anybody asks you who I am, who I am, who I am. If anybody asks you who I am, you tell them I'm the child of God. You tell them I'm the child of God. You tell them I'm the child of God. Okay. Now we're gonna sing the little beans of light out to their own church today because they get to hang out together and remember how amazing they are. So here we go. Spirit loves the little children, all the children of the world. No matter who you are, you're a bright and shining star. Spirit loves the little children of the all of that, here we are. We're gonna believe in the presence of the God of God, right? Right here at CSA. Can I get a witness on that? From the choir. Anybody? Am I here by myself? Okay. The presence of the Lord is here. The presence of the Lord is here. Okay, this is it right there in the organ. You can hear it, right? I feel it in the atmosphere.
Come on, girl.
The presence of the Lord is here. The presence of the Lord is here. And now you have to do something, right? You gotta move those feet. You gotta clap those hands. You don't have to stand up, but you gotta let them know that you're here too, right? The presence of you is right here at CSA, and we're gonna sing together. Yes? Here we go. The presence of the Lord is here. The presence of the Lord is here. I feel it in the atmosphere. The presence of the Lord is here. The presence of the Lord is here. Yes, it is. The Spirit of the Lord is here. The Spirit of the Lord is here. I feel it in the atmosphere. The Spirit of the Lord is here. Come on. The Spirit of the Lord is here. Woo! Let's talk about the power. The power of the Lord is here. The power of the Lord is here. Feel it in the atmosphere. The power of the Lord is here. The power of the Lord is here. Woo! Come on, y'all. Okay. Now we're gonna do an affirmation. Okay. Just follow us. Cause I can feel it. I can feel the presence of the Lord, and I'm gonna get my blessing right now. I can feel the presence of the Lord, and I'm gonna get my blessing right now. I can feel the presence of the Lord, and I'm gonna get my blessing right now. I can feel the presence of the Lord, and I'm gonna get my blessing right now. I can feel the presence of the Lord, and I'm gonna get my blessing right now. I can feel the presence of the Lord, and I'm gonna get my blessing right now. I can feel, hey girl, to sing a song, and I'm gonna get my blessing right now. I can feel the presence of the Lord, and I'm gonna get my blessing right now. The presence of the Lord is here. I want to say hello to Jermaine, Susan, Kathy, Sharice, and Jonathan.
If you don't feel the presence of the Lord, you should check your pulse. Or ask your neighbor to check your pulse, because maybe something happened when you arrived. Good morning, CSA. God is good when? And all the time, God is good. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Awareness, the church that Love is building here in West Sacramento. And welcome to all of you online. What a wonderful day it is. What a wonderful day it is. Now, we're a community with many, many beliefs. but we believe we can summarize them in these 4 points. The first being, God is all there is. There is no oppositional power to the power of God. Love is all there is. Love called by any other name. That's all there is. Now, we understand there's devilishness and evil in the world. We don't believe it's supernatural. Nothing outside of your consciousness made you do it. The devil did not make you do it. You did it because you wanted to do it. Okay? So all thought is creative and influential, and therefore we're mindful about what we think. If we have a thought that doesn't work for us, we change it for one that does. There's no need of giving ourselves a hard time or beating ourselves up. All we need to do is change our thinking, and what happens? We change our life. Our third principle says everything in our experience is either a call for love or an expression of love. No exceptions. And if you find one for me, please let me know. But it doesn't work. There is no exception. Therefore, we should be mindful of it. When people come on to us and they need love, we should give them love, not give them what you need. Give them love. Because therefore, the next time you see them, you'll probably need some love yourself. Fourth, and most importantly, if you don't remember anything else, this is the distinct message of our community, is that you are whole, perfect, and complete just as you are right now. You always have been, you always will be. Now, maybe someone told you that you were broken, you were lost, or something was wrong with you. Don't worry about it. They just didn't understand that they were whole, perfect, and complete. And I think on these 4 principles, we can just rejoice and be glad to be here this morning. I would like to acknowledge our second-time visitors. If you were brave enough to come back again and for us to dance all over your feet, we would just like to recognize any second-time visitors. You could just raise your hand so we can see who you are. We won't ask you to stand and do anything. We just want to recognize, and we appreciate you so much. Now our first-time visitors. If you would raise your hand, you don't need to stand up and say or do anything. We just want to raise your hand so that we can acknowledge the fact that you are here.
So glad you came to celebrate Spirit. You are welcome here. We hope this isn't your last time. Anytime you're passing by, you are welcome here. So glad you came. Feel free to worship and celebrate Spirit's name. So glad you came to celebrate Spirit. You are welcome here. We also want to celebrate Nita, Tamu, Peter, Janice, and Rosemary for joining us online.
Good morning, CSA. I'm Candace LaMarche, and I am proud to sit on your board of trustees. Thank you. What a beautiful community to be a part of. Please join me in reading the Center's mission statement. The Center for Spiritual Awareness is a diverse and caring community in which we share spiritual nourishment and celebrate all paths to God through the principles of science of mind. Today's altar flowers are from Rebecca Sherrod to my beloved Trina. Happy anniversary. Today's lobby flowers are dedicated to Marita for leading the holiday craft fair. Practitioner Sandy Rusi for bringing the Advent Spiral. Where are you? Jamie Savino for leading the teens' unhoused Christmas present collection. Robert Savino for concert director. And all the singers who celebrated the holiday season of light for us last night, thank you. We love to celebrate. Please invite, oh, that's a note for me. I wasn't supposed to say that out loud. I sense some dudes in the sanctuary. All right, here they come.
All right, good morning, everybody. I'm Jeff, this is my fellow dude, Steve. What's up, dude? How many of you raise your hand if you love the holiday season? And how many raise your hand if you don't really love the holiday season? Okay. So we just want to honor that this afternoon as we meet in our male fellowship, and all of you who identify as masculine or just want to be with us as we talk about what it's like to be a dude around the holidays and celebrate the spirit, leave space for those who don't really want to celebrate the spirit but just want to be together. We invite you all. You're welcome to come with us and establish fellowship in this time.
And not only are you attending community, you're helping create it. So, yeah, please join us.
Join us. Thank you. All right.
Always know when there's a dude around, don't you? Just tell. Additional information and flyers in the lobby and on our website. Today is the last day to donate to the Feed Sacramento Homeless Teen Gift Card donations. Gift box in the lobby. The practitioner book sale is today, December 11th, in the back. The lunch bunch, which at our house, every time we say we do this, lunch bunch. So feel free to adopt it if you want something. I'm not attached, but I did start it, if anyone else. The lunch bunch is going to the Veg Cafe on Thursday, December 15th. Sign up to donate books to Fortune Schools, EA Charter Schools, and CSA. Your gift will support their social and emotional learning. Go online into undergroundbooks.com to donate. EA Underground Books, Yay Oak Park. The New Moon Manifesting Circle is now meeting every third Sunday. Join us on December 18th at 12:45 p.m. as we set our intentions with the energy of the new moon in Sagittarius, which Jupiter rules. Good news, the planet of good luck and good times. The winter solstice celebration is scheduled for Tuesday, December 20th at 7 p.m. The 20th annual Kwanzaa celebration, New Year's Day, January 1st, 2023 at 4 p.m. Sacred service opportunity. The CSA New Thought Gospel Choir welcomes new members Monday evenings at 7 p.m. Social justice learning opportunities to discuss racism in a safe environment meets on Tuesdays at 5, and the social justice book group meets on Thursday evenings at 5:30 p.m., both via Zoom. As you can tell, CSA is alive and busy. Contact the offices to reserve space at the center. Additional information for these events and signups are in the lobby and on the website. Sign up for our weekly e-blast at our website, csasacramento.org. Watch CSA on cable stations Xfinity 20, Consolidated 19, and AT&T 14 on Sundays at 2:30 and Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Coming to Netflix soon, I'm sure. We are now offering prayers after service here in the front. Please take a seat in the row directly in front of me. Practitioner will call for you. Now is a great time to check in and turn off your cell phones. Have a wonderful day.
Just a few other points. Tanya, you can come join me. On Christmas Day, we are only meeting at 9 a.m., but we will have music, praise, and worship at 9 a.m. Yes, you can do it at 9 a.m. It's one of those rare exceptions. We will not have church at 11. Now, if we're still having church at 11, then that's just what we're going to do. And don't forget, on Christmas Eve, we will have our candlelight evening service. Don't forget, our pledge cards are in your bulletins this morning. You can just return them back to the offering plate or send them to the church. You can also, if you have any personal information, you can just put them in an offering envelope. I asked my sister to give us a whole new experience of announcements. So just, here you go.
Habaragani. Habaragani. If you haven't been here for Kwanzaa, Habaragani means what's the news? And the news is this is the 20th year that CSA is celebrating Kwanzaa in the community. This is a big thing. Not only is it a big thing that we have the most diverse Kwanzaa, the largest Kwanzaa in the city of Sacramento. So very proud to present that this year, January 1st at 4 o'clock. And so we have a little infomercial that's going to give you a little bit more information. And if you need to see me after church and ask me questions, I'll be available.
Habargani. Hello, everyone. This is Chaplain Tanya Beverly, and I am here to share some great news. The Habargani simply means, what's the news? And so the news that I'm sharing today is CSA is celebrating its 20th anniversary for Kwanzaa. Now let that sink in. We have been presenting this cultural celebration for the last 20 years. And I'm here to tell you, we are going to celebrate this year. This year, our celebration is going to be held on New Year's Day, January 1st, 2023 at 4 p.m. And the event's going to be right here at the CSA Event Center. Now, CSA has one of the largest and most diverse Kwanzaa celebrations in the entire city of Sacramento. Let that sink in, folks. The most diverse and the largest Kwanzaa celebration. That says a lot for our community. So what is Kwanzaa? Kwanzaa is an African-American cultural celebration, deeply rooted in the African traditions of the first fruits in African culture of the annual harvest festival. Now, it's where we honor our ancestors, we honor our elders, and we honor our children too. And we honor the fruits of our labor for the year. So the program is going to include our normal celebration, which is drumming and dancing and the rich history that we're going to be sharing. We're also going to be having Phoenix Drum and Dance that we'll be presenting. We have a Kwanzaa play. We're excited about that. Our very own CSA teens and youth will be presenting the Kwanzaa play. We have a vendor fair, so those of you under the spirit of cooperative economics is that we have an opportunity for you to present your wares and whatever services you may want to share with the CSA community as well. And so how to sign up for that, you'll find out in the lobby as well. We'll have a community karamu, which is a community potluck. The church will provide the turkeys, the rolls, and the salads. And then we'd like for you to bring a side dish or bring a dessert or bring something vegetarian. Now, the event is successful because of the volunteer spirit of the CSA Village. This is where you come in. We need volunteers. So if you would love to sign up for this fabulous celebration, sign-up sheets will be out in the lobby as well. We need help with setup and cleanup. We need help organizing the children, working with the children's play. Maybe you want to get involved with the vendor fair of some sort. We need folks to help out in the kitchen to help Brandy with the community karamu. And we need ushers as well for this very large community event. So if you are moved to serve, please, I will be available after church, or you can take a look in the lobby. The flyers are out there and the sign-up sheets are there as well. And if you've never experienced Kwanzaa, you don't want to miss this celebration, folks. Let me tell you, it is a life-changing event where all cultures come together, elders come together, as well as honoring our ancestors and the rich history that we have. I tell you, it is a beautiful celebration, and you don't want to miss it. So bring your family members, bring your friends, tell someone about it. Just come on out and celebrate. Can't wait to have you there. Habargani.
I hope, who was here last night? Didn't we have a great time? It was absolutely wonderful. Today is our recognition, our season of light, and today we're recognizing Hanukkah, even though it doesn't start until the 21st. So here's our altar dedication. On each night, once the candles are lit, we sing or say, "Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of all, who makes us holy and commands us to light the Hanukkah lights." And so it is. It's time for prayer. So we ask you to fill up these seats with beings of light that are in your heart today. Whatever the consideration is, whatever is on your heart, we ask you to just bring it, or you can even speak that person's name into the room. And I'm going to light our memory candle to remind you that you are the light of the world. And I'll ring the bowl 3 times and let the sound of the bowl take you to that place where you know that you are whole, you are perfect, and you are complete.
I need to be still. Please go within. I need to be still and let God love me. I need to be still and let God love me. When the world starts to push and shove me, I need to be still and let God love me. I need to be still and let God love me. I need to be still and let God love me. When this world starts to push and shove me, I need to be still and let God love me.
And it is in the stillness, the silence, even behind the darkness of the closed eyes, that I recognize the one presence that is ever present everywhere, is right here, right now, this holy ground upon which we place our feet, even beneath us, above us, and all around us. There is no spot that this presence is not. This presence is known by many names: God, Goddess, Great Spirit, Elohim, and many others. Whatever the name you choose, there is only one. And this one presence is all-powerful, all-knowing, full of wisdom, full of light, full of peace, full of joy, love, abundance. All that we ever crave for or need is found in this one. And I am one with this light as I stand here today and witness to you. This presence within me permeates every aspect of my being, body, mind, heart, soul. And as this is true for me, this is true for all here. All who can hear my voice. Indeed, every aspect of creation is infused with this one light, this one power. Every living being upon this planet, and even beyond in the stars and the moons and the planets, resides this one presence, this one power. So this day, I claim the truth. I declare the truth that the presence of this power that is right here, right now, is blessing this very service. All the many hands and minds and hearts that came together, our volunteers, our staff, the musicians, the choir, the practitioners, our ministers, our greeters, every congregant, everyone here present physically or online today or in the future hearing this service is blessed and all that needs to be said is said, and all that needs to be heard is heard. And it is the power of the one speaking through our beloved minister to deliver that message that uplifts all and reminds all of the truth of our oneness, of our power, of our strength, of our beauty, of our light that this season infuses, this season of light, of Advent, of Hanukkah, of Christmas, of solstice. However that light comes through to you, whatever meaning it is for you, whatever ceremony you imbibe with, that light is ever present for all. And for this, I am so grateful. I am so grateful for the love and the peace and the joy of the one, to know it, to know and feel its presence here and now and always, no matter what may appear, no matter what darkness may appear, no matter what circumstance may appear, the one light is always there. No matter what veils may seem to shroud it, there is only one peace, one joy, one love. And I'm so grateful for this. So it is with this grateful heart that I release this word with love into the law. And together we say, and so it is. Good morning. My name is Sandra Russi, and I'm privileged to be one of your licensed practitioners here at CSA. And I'm going to read today's affirmation, and after I'm complete, I'll invite you all to stand if you're able to and join me in repeating it. Today, I find the courage to lean into the darkness of my mind and gather the wisdom there, which leads me to greater freedom, joy, and wholeness. Please stand. Today, I find the courage to lean into the darkness of my mind and gather the wisdom there, which leads me to greater freedom, joy, and wholeness. Thank you. Namaste.
Good morning, family. My name is Reverend Brenda. Our sacred reading comes from 365 Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. Please go into the mountain of the living spirit, the secret place of the highest within us, and let the whole harmony of our lives flow from that perfect spirit at the center of everything. I am one with the infinite and perfect spirit, the giver of all perfect gifts. I open my mind and my heart, and indeed my body, to the inflow of this divine presence. I know that this living presence is in every cell of my body and every function of my being. I accept it as my healthy body, here and now. I get it at that which loses from me all that is unlike the perfect expression of life. No doubt or fear in my mind rejects all that God is right here and right now. My conscious acceptance of the fullness of the presence of God flows out in joy and love to bless those whom I would help, those with whom I would share this inner joy. And I decree that the loved one I now bring into my thought is blessed and healed through the presence of the good within. The radiance of joy in my heart brings happiness into the lives of all those around me. The abundance that benefits me supplies everyone around me with the good things in life. The light that warms the center of my being so shines forth that all may find guidance, warmth, and comfort in its rays. This light is the light that lights every person that comes into the world. This is the fountain from which springs the living waters. I drink and will not thirst again. And so it is.
Please welcome the CSA New Thought Gospel Choir. And I'm going to go sit over there and give them some room. I would suggest we all move.
Who's feeling blessed today?
I am. Hello.
I'm feeling extremely blessed. Who thinks God's got everything we need to give to us, through us, so that we can give back to our communities and give everyone else everything they need? Can I get an amen for that?
Amen.
Bless me, God, indeed. Death has been defeated. Here is our victory. Bless me, God, not just for me, but so everyone around me can have everything they need. Let all these folks who serve me, God, have everything they need.
Say it again.
Bless me, God, indeed. Death has been defeated. Here is our victory. Bless me, God, not just for me, but so everyone around me can have everything they
Let
need.
all these folks.
Let all these folks that serve me, God, have everything.
Take it up. Favor.
Favor, let it fall on me. One with all creation, I have no enemies. Favor, God, not just for me, but for everyone around me that have everything they need. Let all these folks that serve me, God, have everything they need.
Favor.
Favor, let it fall on me. One with all creation, I have no enemies. Favor, not just for me, but so everyone around me can have everything they
Let
need.
all these folks.
Let all these folks that serve me, God, have everything.
Take it
they
up.
need.
Bless me.
Bless me, God, indeed. Death has been defeated. Here is our victory. Bless me, God, not just for me, but so everyone around me can have everything they
Let
need.
all these folks.
Let all these folks that serve me, God, have everything they
Let
need.
all these folks.
Let all these folks that serve me, God, have everything they
Let all these folks.
Let all these folks that serve me, God, have everything they need.
Let's go. Let's go. Persecuted, not abandoned.
We got everything we need.
Criticized, but not forsaken.
We got everything we need.
God's a promise keeper.
We got everything we need.
Our God's got everything we need.
Our God's got everything we need.
I shall live and not die.
We got everything we need.
I got spirit by my side.
We got everything we need.
Don't you know that she's a friend of mine?
We got everything we need.
Lift her up, lift her up.
Our God's got everything we need.
Take it up, take it up.
We got everything we need.
Take it up, take it up.
We got everything we need.
Take it up, take it up.
We got everything we need.
Yeah, take it up.
Our God's got everything we need.
And I never should forget.
We got everything we need.
She never failed me yet.
We got everything we need.
Every trial, every time.
We got everything we need.
We're blessed, we're blessed, we're blessed, we're blessed.
Our God's got everything we need.
We're blessed, we're blessed, we're blessed, we're blessed.
We got everything we need.
We're blessed, we're blessed, we're blessed, we're blessed.
We got everything we need.
We're blessed, we're blessed, we're blessed, we're blessed.
We got everything we need.
Yeah, we're blessed, we're blessed.
Our God's got everything we need.
Take it up.
We got everything we need.
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 Our God's got everything we need.
God's got everything we need.
We 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 got every. Our God's got everything we need.
God's got everything.
Come on, man. Keep that going, keep that going. Come on, keep that going. Come on, let's take it back. Bless me, bless me.
Bless me, God indeed. Death has been defeated. Here's our victory. Bless me, It's me, God, not just for me, but so everyone around me can have everything they
Let
need.
all these folks.
Let all these folks that's with me, God, have everything they
Let
need.
all these folks.
Let all these folks that's with me, God, have everything they need.
Woo, give it up for that choir one more time. Nice big choir. And the band. Come on. We got everything we need. We got everything we need. Woo! Woo!
Don't leave here empty-handed. God's got everything that you need. And all you have to do is just be willing to accept it. And if you accept it, you don't have to leave here with empty hands. And please welcome ministerial intern Mitch Austin before I take up the floor.
Hello! Oh my gosh. Okay. Shortest sermon ever. You got everything you need. Goodbye. So grateful to be with you this morning. My name is Mitch Austin, ministerial intern and grateful CSA practitioner. Yes. My pronouns are he and him. And I'll tell you, this is one of the best days ever. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm walking around, everyone's like, you look so good. Everyone's like, you look so good in this suit. And wearing this suit is a dream come true for me. What you don't know is I've waited 10 years to wear a three-piece suit. And there is a story behind this suit, a demonstration of the principles and the love and the power of prayer here. In July of 2021, I came down with a mystery illness. I had brain fog, migraines, my leg muscles would twitch. They ran all kinds of tests. They couldn't find anything. Nothing. MRIs, everything. Didn't know. Couldn't get a diagnosis. I could only walk 20 feet and I was out of breath. I couldn't cook. I had to order DoorDash. I didn't know what was going on. I was in that dark night of, is this going to be my new normal? Or is it going to get worse? Nobody could tell me anything. And I began to think about our principles, and I began to think about law of mind, and I began to think about the demonstration of our words. So you know what I did? I made a decision. I decided I was going to heal it. I didn't even know what it was. But I was going to heal it, and I started to pray. And I reached out to our prayer warriors here at CSA, our practitioner corps. And I started working with affirmations, and I said, look, I talked to God, I don't know how, but you know how. So we're going to work together on this. And I went and I did whatever I could do. So I'd walk my 20 steps, and I'd use my affirmation, my wholeness is coming through into my demonstration right now. I don't have to know how. And everything started to kind of show up. You know the book? The friend that had an idea, an energy healer. I went to the energy healer and she said, how committed are you to your healing? I said, if you told me to go out and eat long grass, I'd go do it right now. That was a true story. And at the time, I was over 200 pounds. I had a fatty liver. I had high blood pressure. And I suffered from regular bouts of diverticulitis. I was not healthy. So I went on this journey and I began to surrender. And I gave up the sugar and the flour. And I love sourdough bread, but I gave it up. And then I learned about fasting. I learned about supplements. I learned about food is medicine. And it was hard. It wasn't easy, but we can do hard things. And so I started to do all these things. And I started to get a little better and a little better. And I have lost over 40 pounds. I have not been a size 34 since I was 34. They did a CT of my body, and I'm like, well, you know, I have fatty liver, and the doctor's like, no, it's gone. It's not in there. Fatty liver gone, high blood pressure gone, brain fog gone. And I had dreamt for 10 years that someday I would have a body that would fit in a 3-piece suit. And that day is today. And here's the thing. It's not about the suit. It's about the demonstration. That illness, that situation did not come to destroy me. It came to lift me up to higher ground that I was even in before. This is what we mean when we say life is not happening to us. It is happening for us. I would have never made those changes without reaching that place of desperation. And what I will tell you is I am happier, healthier, more vibrant, sharper than I have been in over 20 years. Best life right now. And there's nothing special that I have that you don't have. Not one thing. You have the power and the wisdom and the presence of the divine flowing through you right now. Every bit of support, everything you need, God already has for you. So I'm going to invite you to put these principles into action today. You have some part of your life you know needs healing. I'm going to invite you to make a decision that you're going to heal it, even if you don't know how. Amen? Amen? Affirmations, work with our practitioner core because you deserve it. And the world deserves that version of you. Yes? Okay, that wasn't the talk. Now we get to the main course here. So the title of today's talk is The Gifts of the Three Shadows. Who would like more freedom, support, and clarity? Anybody need some of that? Yes, good. Yeah, no problem. You just have to go through your shadow self to get there. And I'm going to talk about 3 common shadows that we experience. And this comes from the book Speak Your Life by Parker Palmer. Amazing little book, pure gold in here. So the 3 shadows that I'm focusing on are insecurity around our identity and worthiness. You know, sometimes we're okay at work, we know we're worthy, but then we get into relationship, right? Different segments of our life. The second shadow is over self-reliance. Metaphysicians, I see you. I know what's going on. And the last shadow is denial of death. You know, Carl Jung says, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. That's where our power is. That is where our good is. So what is the shadow self? I like to call the shadow self the junk drawer of our mind. You know, that stuff we all sweep into that one drawer that we don't want to deal with or we don't want to have to figure out, or it just seems like, you know, it's not important, or it's not important right now. And this shadow self comes from our ego persona, that part of us that believes we are what we have, what we do, what others think of us, that we're these bodies, and that we're separate from one another. And here's the thing, when we're doing well in that part of our life, right, when we have the thing or the house or the partner, whatever, we're happy, we celebrate, we tell people. We shine, we step in the light. But when those things go south, they go into our shadow self. We hide them away. For instance, we are what we do. We celebrate when we do something great. We're in the light. But sometimes we do something so well, we don't want to do it again. Anybody ever done something so well, you're like, don't make me do that again. I have a nosebleed. It ain't going to happen. I know that. First talk I gave here, I'm like, I'm never talking again. It was so good. We put it in our shadow self. Who are we to shine? Or we fail at something and we have a choice. We can learn, we can grow, we can embrace the failure and be in the light. Or we can judge ourselves, shame and blame ourselves. And what happens? The shadow grows. That's what it is. You know, Debbie Ford is an expert in the shadow self. She has many good books out there. And she says, embracing the shadow allows us to be whole, to be real, to take back our power, to unleash our passion, and realize our dreams. That's what's in there. I love the story of Susan Boyle. She's a great example of that. Anyone remember Susan Boyle? Yeah. Sings like an angel. Did anyone see the first? I saw the first episode when she got up there, and I always pause the TV before they sing, good or bad. I take a poll in the room, you know. And I knew it was a setup because she was so plain. And she was awkward up there, and you could just feel like if you wanted to just take care of her, right? And you were hearing her story, which was she would only sing for her mother. And her mother made her promise on Mom's deathbed that she would bring her voice to the world. And she made that promise, and that's why she was there. See, this talent she had was hidden in her shadow self of, I'm not enough. But she had to push through it now because she made a promise, a decision. If she had never walked through the shadow of her own not enoughness and insecurity, we would never know her beautiful music. What music is in you right now that's hiding in that shadow self that the world needs to hear? So why is it important to engage with our shadow besides all of these gifts? Is that you're never going to get rid of your shadow, right? Wherever there's light, there's shadow. So our work is to gain awareness and love for that part of ourselves. You know, Stephen Levine says, to heal is to touch with love that which we previously touched with fear. We run from those parts of ourselves. But if we can bring love, we can heal it. Because we know what we resist persists, yes? Like this earpiece that keeps falling off. Just keeps persisting with me right here. Oh, that's fun. You know, you hit your clicker and it goes back 3 slides, 10 slides. We'll just make up the talk here as we go along. What we resist persists. And here's the thing, that junk drawer, it leaks. Stuff starts coming out of it. It leaks onto your spouse, right? Onto your neighbors, onto your friends, onto your coworkers. So it's our job to clean it up. In the book, Parker Palmer says, if we do not meet the enemy within, we will find 1,000 ways to make someone out there into the enemy. I remember when I took a new job, I thought I was all that. And my coworkers informed me I was not. And I thought, what is wrong with these people? They don't get me. So I went and got another job. I went to Davis, and I'm like, oh, I like these people. A year later, I'm like, these people don't get me. There's something going on, common denominator. Because here's the thing, the law of mind is always active, right? We know the law of mind is always out picturing. It is done unto us as we believe. That means all the beliefs, by the way. So you have an intention to be a wealthy person, but there's a piece of you that believes that you're not worthy in your shadow. It's working against that. That's why we got to go there. You know, I love what Yuli Kay says. She says, there is a certain kind of light that only comes from having been through a certain kind of darkness. It alchemizes everything we want together with the light and the shadow. So how do we know? How do we know what's in our junk drawer? Anybody want to know? One is patterns. You see patterns playing out over and over again. Self-sabotage is a common one. Maybe in love, you found the love of your life, somebody that you could really see a vision with, and you're getting really close, but all of a sudden you end it. You find some trivial reason to end it because you can't handle that level of connection and love and vulnerability. That's what's in your shadow. So we gotta look at that. Or maybe you have a reactive moment. You ever show up as somebody you don't recognize? That's happened to me many times. I remember, especially early in my career, I could not take constructive criticism. Oh no. I had to defend, explain. I was like, got my armor on. I could have just taken it in. But what was in my shadow? I was too fragile to accept the criticism. I was already rejecting myself, which is what we do sometimes, yes? We're harder on ourselves than anybody else. So let's look at this first shadow, the shadow of insecurity around our identity and worthiness. So many times we get attached to our labels, right? You go to a cocktail, people ask you, who are you? Oh, I'm a mom of 3, I'm a husband of this, I'm a whatever, right? I'm a CEO, or I'm a teacher, or we start handing out our labels. But those are just our roles. And we only hand out the shiny labels. You ever notice that? Right? And here's the thing with labels. When the kids leave the home, you're no longer mom. Who are you? How do you prove your worth? See, these labels change and they mutate. And then we have the not so shiny labels we don't like to tell anybody about, but they're still on us. Addict, divorcee, black sheep, right? But that's not who you are either. See, we need to stand in the high truth when we encounter the shadow of who we really are. We are a piece of the Most High Spirit. Yes. No matter what our human expression is, it is both and. It's not either or. And nothing and no one can change this. You can never make yourself more worthy than you are right now. In the book, Parker Palmer says to remember the knowledge that identity does not depend on the role we play or the power it gives us over others. It depends only on the simple fact that we are children of God, valued in and for ourselves. That's it. Not when you lose 20 pounds, not when you make more money, not when you get married, right now, worthy and whole. And when we step into this shadow in a powerful way, what's the gift? The gift is Mitch will get this earpiece on so it won't bug him anymore. The gift is freedom. Freedom. Who would like freedom from self-judgment? Anybody? Yes. It's always there. Wah, 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 wah. And when you move and you work with the high truth, you can get thee back. You can heal that part of yourself and experience more peace, freedom, serenity, acceptance of the whole self, warts and all. And stop hiding. You know when you've met these people who've done this work, you ever go to like a concert in the park and there's that one person dancing in front of the band? Don't care. All right, you go to karaoke, somebody's singing, can't find the note in the paper bag, doesn't no matter. Because they know who and whose they are, and we need to remember that. Second shadow is over self-reliance. We got to do everything. Anybody ever said you want something done right, you got to do it yourself? Anybody? Yeah, I know. I'm going to point right here. You know, in the book, Palmer talks about something, I love this phrase. He talks about functional atheism. And what he says is, functional atheism is the belief that ultimate responsibility for everything rests with us. This is the unconscious, unexamined conviction that if anything decent is going to happen here, we are the ones that must make it happen. He adds, a conviction held even by many people who talk a good game about God. So I picked this for us, metaphysicians, who can be very independent, stubborn, and think I have to do it all. And here's what I notice happens in our community. When we go through a hard time and we're not our shiny, positive, uplifted self, we hide. We don't come here. Tell the truth. Who's ever not come to your spiritual community because you didn't feel like it? You didn't feel like you were enough. Tell the truth. We're in church. God's looking. That happened to me last Saturday. I was having a low moment. I had had a disappointment, and it triggered all kinds of shadow stuff was going on, and I'm like, I don't want to go to church. And then I remembered, I'm doing this talk. It's like the best self-development program ever. So I came here, and my cup was nearly empty. And when I came in, I got some hugs in the back row over there. I got some glad to see yous. And then the praise and worship music came on. And then I had to stand up because it was so good. And then the message was out of sight. Wasn't it last week? It was out of sight. Reverend Rick just blew it out the door. And the person that walked in that Sunday was not the same person that walked out. I got my healing. Okay? So next time you're feeling like, oh, I don't want to go, that's your siren call, that you must go and get your healing. Because the truth is, we don't do it alone, people. The flower and the bee, they need each other. An insect and a flower. We are so intricately woven together. That's by design, by the way. So we care for each other. I want you to turn to somebody right now and say, I need you. Look at them in the eyes and say, I need you. Turn to the next person and say, I need you. It might be the first time you have said it in years that you need anybody. See, there's no such thing as a self-made person. We need to stop that language. It just is not true. I want you to try and breathe yourself all day today. Good luck with that. Not going to happen, right? We need each other. And it's communities like this where we get our food, our support, our uplift, and we create a little elbow room for God to show up. Imagine that. The presence, the power on our behalf. The third shadow I want to talk about is denial of death. Look, we have many beginnings and endings, but sometimes we walk around like that good thing is never going to end. Sometimes we walk around like we're going to be in this body forever. And we lose sight sometimes of what's really important in our lives. You know, Matthew Kelly says, knowing that death is not far off brings remarkable clarity. After that news, there is no middle ground. Something is either very important or not important at all. I had an experience with this shadow back in 2011 when I was in practitioner studies. Now, the first year of practitioner studies, you look at your whole life. Imagine that. Look at whole year to look at your life through a metaphysical lens and figure out how life got to be the way it was. And some of my classmates were struggling. They're like, this is so hard. And there were tears. And I'm like, oh, I got this. No problem. It's good. It's good. And then we got to the chapter mortality. And I'm like, oh, yeah, everything's ending again. I'm good. And then we went to do this exercise. And I got clotheslined flat on the ground, blindsided by this one exercise. I had to do my eulogy. Who was there? What was said? What I accomplished? I was sitting on my green couch, 43 years old, and I couldn't even think of who would put the funeral together. And then I moved past that and I thought, well, who's going to be in the room? You want to know who was in the room? I'll tell you. A few family members who felt obligated and one or two exes, and that's it. And in that moment, I saw how bankrupt my life really was. Look, if you saw my resume, you'd think I was killing it. Managed $24 million budget, superintendent, all this crap, but my life was empty. I had no friends because I hadn't been one. And that Sunday I came here and I found a practitioner, Liz Regal. And she was, yes, give it up for Liz. We love you, Liz. And she sat with me and she was so kind, so accepting. It's hard to tell somebody you ain't got no friends. And she prayed with me. And after the prayer, she asked me if I wanted to go to lunch. It was going to be my friend. And I changed. In that moment, I changed. When I came to church, I tried to figure out how I could serve, how I could help, how I could support, how I could uplift just even one heart. so I could start to develop that connection and be the friend that I wanted in my own life. A year later, I was walking past the hallway. I passed Liz. I go, Liz, guess what? I have so many friends. I have CSA friends. I have work friends. I have karaoke friends. I have 2 a.m. I'll drive and find you anywhere you are, friends. And my life changed from this one shadow. See, I figured out what was really important, and I had this community to do it. I needed all of you. Many of you who are in the room here today. So blessed by you. And new friends to come. Yes, let's meet. More friends. Amen? So I want to close with the Gospel of Thomas. It says, if you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you. See, my life was being destroyed by what I wasn't looking at, by not giving the love that was within me. It was not a real life. And what I know about each and every person present here today is you have the courage. You have the strength. You are sourced from the Most High to address any shadow or challenge in your life. You are not alone. And when we remember our worthiness, when we reach out and get our support and our help and make some elbow room for God, and we are willing to remember how temporary this life is, that's when we're going to live freer. That's when we're going to live richer. That's when we're going to shine. And that is my prayer for each and every person present here today. Amen. Let's take this message into prayer. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm knowing there is one power, one presence, one being that's spinning the planet, that's beating all 7 billion human hearts on the planet, that is unlimited love, unlimited wisdom, unlimited grace. You get as many do-overs as you want. And that we are always worthy of the Most High love, the Most High healing, the Most High forgiveness, the Most High abundance. You could not be any more worthy than right now. And so I give thanks for remembering the power of this teaching, the principles, the law of mind, the power of community, and this healing place called CSA, pouring out its love, its hope, its light, its teachings, its grace, and being the very fabric that catches us in our lowest hour and celebrates us in our highest victories. This place I call home. And I release this word into the law, and together we say, and so it is. Blessed be. Blessed be.
Thank you so much. Starting today, for anyone who gives either electronically or via the mail or whatever, that your gift comes here, other than you bringing it and putting it in an offering envelope, we now have CSA coins. They're out on the altar, and we will recycle them. You just put them in the basket. That's the same place you can put your pledge card. Thank you for your giving and your faithfulness. You make all of this happen. It would not happen without you. Money is God in action. I send it forth to bless and to prosper all who come in contact with it. And so it is. And please welcome back the CSA New Thought Gospel Choir.
The choir grows stronger every day. And it's completely open to anyone that wants to join us. Monday nights, 7 p.m., we have rehearsal. If you've never sang in your life, you'll fall right in line, and we'll make a singer out of you yet. I promise. If you have a song on your heart, come join us.
on for another hour, but we have to let our children out. Hit it, Maestro. Children, we have a message for you. We love you. We're glad you're here. And we're here for you.
Hi, I'm Sasha, and I'm going to be listing what we did today. Today, first, we learned about winter solstice, and we read a book on it. And then I made my name tag, and we also had snacks, and then we made decorations and ornaments.
Thank you.
I am the light of the world.
Yeah. Teens. We're going to make a preacher out of you yet.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So today we asked questions about the principles of the science of mind. We got our questions answered.
Thank you. Stand for the benediction. I'm sorry, you could have kept it. I'm sorry, you could keep it. You may stand for the benediction. Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my heart.
Life is in my
Life
heart.
is in my mind.
Life is in my
And
mind.
life is in my affairs.
And life is in my affairs.
I take this life out this day.
I take this life out this day.
And I share it with another.
And I share it with another.
And so it is.
And so it is.
And so I am.
And so I am.
And so we are.
And so we are.
Amen.
Amen.
And so it is. Ashe.